You have chased it basically your entire life. The promotion, the raise, the bonus, the bigger house. You told yourself, once I hit 6 figures, I will be happy. Then you hit it, and honestly, you felt nothing. So you moved the goalpost. You said, once I have a net worth of $1 million, then I will be safe. Then I can relax. But here you are. You are tired, you are anxious, and despite the numbers in your bank account looking higher than they ever have, your internal panic has not gone down, it has actually gone up. Most people think money buys happiness. That is the lie the economy tells you to keep you working until you die. But the brutal reality is that past a certain mathematical point, every extra dollar you earn actually decreases your quality of life. You are not building wealth, you are building like a golden cage. Look, I am Heisenbank, and on this channel, we break down the financial systems designed to keep you broke and miserable. In this video, I'm going to prove to you, using economic theory and biological science, why your pursuit of more is chemically castrating your ability to feel joy. And I will tell you the story of a fisherman that destroys the entire philosophy of Wall Street. Let us start with the biology. Your brain was not designed to make you happy. Your brain was designed to keep you alive. It operates on a system called dopamine prediction error. When you want that new car, your brain releases dopamine. It is the chemical of pursuit. It screams, "Get the car and you will be complete." So you sign the lease. You pay $80,000. You drive it off the lot. For 2 weeks, you feel great. But by month 3, that luxury car is just your car. It is just the metal box you sit in while you are stuck in traffic. Psychologists call this the hedonic treadmill. Your baseline level of happiness always resets. It does not matter if you move from a shack to a mansion. The human brain adapts to luxury quicker than it adapts to pain. This is why billionaires are often, clinically depressed. They have run out of things to buy that give them a dopamine spike. You think you are chasing a number. You are not. You are chasing a feeling that is biologically incapable of lasting. To understand the absurdity of your current life strategy, we have to look at a story. Just a simple parable. So, there was once a chill guy, a fisherman, laying by a river. His fishing rod was dug into the sand next to him, line in the water, but he was fast asleep. A businessman walks by. He sees the fisherman sleeping. He sees the sun high in the sky. He's confused. He is actually annoyed. He wakes the fisherman up and asks, "Why are you laying here? You are wasting time. You are not even holding the rod." The fisherman yawns and asks, "Why would I need to hold the rod?" The businessman says, "Because if you actively fish, like if you work at it, you can catch way more fish." The fisherman asks, "And then what?" The businessman replies, "Well, you can sell the extra fish at the market. You can earn profit, real money." The fisherman asks, "And what would I do with the money?" The businessman is getting frustrated now. He says, "You use the money to buy a high-capacity industrial net. You catch 10 times the fish. You dominate this part of the river." The fisherman stares at him and asks, "And then what?" The businessman says, "Are you dumb? Then you buy a boat, then a fleet of boats. You hire people to fish for you. You do not even have to get your hands wet. You can do an IPO. You can list your company on the stock exchange. You can make millions." The fisherman asks, "Okay, I will have millions, but then what?" The businessman says, "This is the best part. Once you have millions, you can retire. You can move to a quiet place by the river. You can sleep late. You can watch the sunset. And you can just lay down and enjoy your life." The fisherman looks at the businessman, then lays back down on the grass. He says, "So, what do you think I am doing right now?" I want you to really let that sink in. The businessman was proposing a 40-year detour filled with stress, cortisol, lawsuits, and sleepless nights just to arrive at the exact same physical state the fisherman was already in. This is the deferment trap. Modern finance creates a complex system to convince you to sell your today for the chance to buy back your tomorrow at a premium. Let us look at the brutal math of the businessman's life. To build that fishing empire, he needs capital. He takes a loan at 7% interest. Now he has debt stress. He needs to manage employees. Now he has management stress. He needs to beat competitors. Now he has status anxiety. He spends 50 hours a week for 40 years aiming for a state of relaxation. That is roughly 100,000 hours of life energy. The fisherman? He bypassed the transaction fees. He bypassed the middleman. The economy hates the fisherman because the fisherman does not buy anxiety medication. He does not buy luxury watches to impress people he hates. He does not pay interest to the bank. The fisherman is like a glitch in the matrix. Now, before you quit your job to sleep by a river, we have to be realistic. I am a finance channel, not a fairy tale channel. The fisherman is happy, but he is fragile. If he breaks his leg, he starves. If there's a drought, he has no buffer. There is a sweet spot, and economists call it the marginal utility of money. The first $50,000 you earn a year, that is life or death. That buys food, shelter, and heat. The utility is massive. The next $50,000, that buys comfort, a reliable car, good shoes, a vacation. This is also high utility. But the difference between earning $200,000 and $2 million has almost zero impact on your daily happiness. I mean, think about it. A billionaire drinks coffee. You drink coffee. A billionaire sleeps on a mattress. You sleep on a mattress. A billionaire scrolls on an iPhone. You scroll on an iPhone. The technology of the modern world has democratized 90% of the lifestyle of the rich. Sure, they fly private. You fly commercial. Is that difference worth sacrificing 40 years of your life for? Is it worth missing your children growing up? The math says no. If you are realizing that you have been sold a lie and you want to stop letting the banks profit off your ignorance, make sure to subscribe. We do not give you stock tips here. We give you the deprogramming codes to escape the matrix. So, if the businessman is a slave to the future and the fisherman is a slave to nature, what is the solution? You need to understand the difference between freedom to and freedom from. Rich people chase freedom to. Freedom to buy a yacht. Freedom to fly to Paris for dinner. Freedom to buy a sports team. This is expensive. It requires the empire. Smart people chase freedom from. Freedom from a boss. Freedom from an alarm clock. Freedom from checking the price of groceries. You do not need $10 million for freedom from. If your expenses are low, you might only need $1 million invested at a 4% withdrawal rate. That gives you $40,000 a year of passive income. If you live like the fisherman but have the bank account of a middle manager, you have won the game. This is called lean FI, or lean financial independence. It is the synthesis of the businessman's security and the fisherman's time. So why do we not do this? Why do we keep grinding for the bigger number? Status. We are social monkeys. We are programmed to care about hierarchy. If you retire early to a small house, society looks at you and thinks you failed. They think you are unemployed. They think you are the fisherman. But if you work 80 hours a week and drive a Porsche, society applauds you. They call you successful, even if you are miserable, even if you are divorced, even if you are on the verge of a heart attack. You have to decide who you are living for. Are you maximizing your net worth for your own peace, or are you maximizing it for the audience watching your life? Because the audience does not care about you. They are too busy worrying about their own money. You have roughly 28,000 days in your life. That is it. If you are 30 years old, you have already used 11,000 of them. The businessman trades 5,000 days of misery for the hope of 5,000 days of luxury at the end. But here's the dark variable he forgot. By the time he gets the money, his back hurts, his energy is low, he cannot climb the mountain, he cannot sleep on the riverbank because his hip hurts. Time is not fungible. A day at age 30 is worth 5 times more than a day at age 80. You can buy a Ferrari at 80, but you cannot get into it without help. The fisherman understood the time value of money better than the MBA graduate. He knew that the best time to enjoy the river is when your back is strong enough to lay on the ground. I'm not telling you to be lazy. I'm not telling you to be poor. I'm telling you to define enough. Calculate the number you need to be free, not the number you need to be famous. Once you hit that number, stop fishing. Put down the net. Ignore the businessman who tells you to expand. Buy your freedom first. Then, if you want, you can buy the toys, but never trade the first for the second, because the only thing more tragic than the man who has nothing is the man who has everything, but has no time to use it. I am Heisenbank. Class is dismissed.